You fall in love with your product. You fall in love with the tech, right? You're like, oh my goodness. As soon as people just understand what we're allowing them to do, the floodgates are going to open up, right? And it's not true. I'm launching an MVP next month and I fight against that mentality every single day, right? I just got to tell them the feature set that's inside of here. And they're going to go, oh my gosh, Steve, you're the best thing ever, right? How do we get away from the product feature problem solving mentality and move to what you're talking about, right? Making them the hero of the story. That's a very different mindset.
Yeah, I think there's a structural clue here, right? And it starts with what is the story you're telling, to your point, Steve. And, the story I always want to tell is how I'm going to transform my customer's world from what it is today to a better reality, right? And you notice, like, I never said anything about the product in that statement. Like, so, the beginning of the story is you live in this world. The end of the story is look how much better this is for you professionally or as an organization, or ideally both, right? So I'm going to take you from this state to this state. Now, the reason I can do that is because your current, again, in the context of a problem, I've got this problem that I'm going to solve for you. And in your world today, I like to use this, like the world today, the air is very smoggy. And the problem is your kids have asthma, right? Now, I don't have the power to make the world not smoggy, but maybe I have the power to let your kids breathe easy. And so if the story I can tell is in today's world where the air is polluted everywhere and you're afraid to let your kids go outside because they have asthma, I can free them to play on the playground. Would you like to come on that journey with me? Nothing about how. Now I say, okay. And, now the customer says, but we tried this, we tried that, we tried this. And you know what? I get that because most of the customers I talk to, and this is where listening to the customer and learning deeply about their problem. Most of the customers we talk to who deal with this problem try A, B, and C. However, the unsolved challenges or the met opportunities, right? This old fear and greed, that the things that you can't solve the old way are these, the things that you miss out on, this benefits are these. And so if you try the old way, you're still going to be stuck in the old results. Now, what if you thought differently? Now, I can take you from A to B. The ways you're trying to get to B don't work for these reasons. Now, let me explain the way I'm going to take you there. And by the way, maybe it's not me, it's any product or solution that has these characteristics, right? I talk about this as being A, approach, innovation, and mindset, but it really starts with mindset. We thought about the problem differently. And this is where I'm not a biology person, so my metaphor is going to fall apart. We didn't attack the lungs, we attacked the brain, or we realized that asthma was triggered in the brain. This may be totally untrue. I may be making stuff up. I can do that. But, rather than attacking the symptoms or this, we went after this unknown cause that we discovered. So if you had the mindset that the problem is here instead of here, or the problem is this instead of that, then you would take a different approach to solving the problem. And so if you take this approach, in order to do that approach, you need to build these innovative technologies. Well, guess what? That's exactly what I've got. I've got these innovative features that allow me to take this approach because the way I thought about the problem that I'm solving for and taking you to that better place is different than everyone else. And if you have that magical gift, I can make you a hero because I can change your world. I can make your kids healthy. I can make your company more profitable. I can make you a more successful executive. And so taking people through starting and ending with the problem and the transformed state, and then filling the middle two chapters, the gap in the current solutions and the innovation in the way I think differently in that top left. That was all written, by the way. If you want to dive into this, you just get my book, Launching to Leading. I call this a viewpoint story, half the book right there.